Hello. Hey, what's up everybody? It's been a minute. I wasn't even planning on making this video this morning, to be honest. But I reckon that I think the best conversations are the unscripted ones. And I really just want to, kind of tell you guys what has been happening this past half of a year, basically, or even more so since I used to publish videos on a more regular basis. And so it's about the 1 year mark now since I opened this channel, and a lot has been going on. A lot. It's been ups and downs. I have had different types of feelings and emotions about myself, and if you guys have seen the previous videos, I put a lot of emphasis on kind of trying to seek discomfort and push my comfort zone and do things that I'm not familiar or comfortable with, like putting myself to the test and really trying to combat perfectionism. And I think I have succeeded in many ways, but of course it's a lifelong kind of practice. I don't expect to reach any particular goal. And so I think this is the first thing that I want to share with you guys that I've noticed has changed in me is exactly that. I have always been very result-oriented, goal-oriented, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I think sometimes in life you really need that kind of mindset to achieve like high levels of, performance or something like that. But really, I noticed that when I started meditating and kind of training my mind to just be, I naturally started to achieve something that I have been looking for my whole life, but I didn't know how to get to that point. And it's to really unlink, detach my sense of worth as a person from my level of productivity or any other type of, measurement that depended on what I produced or how people perceived me. So I'm very happy about that. And it's really interesting also because you can actually kind of see my progress, even though it's a very subjective one, of course. But last year I took a personality test, like the 16 personalities that everybody's talking about. I don't know much about that, but I took a test, and these are the results that I had last year, basically. And you can see that these are like my characteristics that form basically my personality. And in the bottom, you have this parameter, which I can't recall right now. You might be seeing on the screen. It's like the chaotic factor or something like that, which was pretty high because I was really emotionally dysregulated. I had no emotional training. My emotional intelligence was very basal, let's say. And after a few months of learning about attachment theory, learning about how to regulate yourself, your emotions, all these things that I have been talking about in my channel, I did the test again. I think it was in August of last year. So about, half a year after starting my journey. And these are the results. It's really interesting because you can see like my personality has remained the same. What changed is my emotional volatility, basically, my chaotic index, which is really interesting. I'm really proud of these results. And I think I should take the test again soon, to be honest. It would be interesting to see how that goes. Another really important thing that I want to transmit is to really start making space for your creativity to kind of grow. And what I mean by the word grow, it's literally like a seed. It needs fertile ground. And you might be like, how can you, either you're creative or not, you can't really force inspiration. But I think I agree with that. You can't do it directly, but you can indirectly make space for it. And making space for creativity and authentic thinking and, writing and things like that, you need to detox from all the stuff that you're consuming. You might think of social media, which is the number one reason why none of us are producing anything probably, and that's absolutely true. But I also mean consuming things that might normally be, good. For example, I don't know, cool and motivational content on YouTube or other platforms, or even reading books. All these things are good and they're helpful, but I really try to balance the amount of media or ideas or things that I consume with the amount of things that I produce. I try to kind of, and obviously it's an equilibrium like everything in life, so I try not to take it so hard on myself when I find myself consuming too much and producing too little. Whereas before, I would really be harsh to myself, be like, you're not, you should be working on your YouTube, or you should be finishing that linoleum print that you've been working on forever, or you should finish that drawing. It's like, I was really tough on myself, and I found that that's not the way, that's not the right approach to Alright, so the video got cut off because I forgot to empty my memory and I basically have very little space on my phone. Anyway, it is really hard to continue with a train of thought after you lost it. So I guess, yeah, that was the message for today. I'm about to defend my thesis basically in a few days, and I'm kind of nervous because I also have a full-time job that has nothing to do with my PhD. It's the route that I chose for now. I think that's where my life is leading me, and so I'm a little bit nervous, but not that much actually, because I just decided to show up for myself. I'm not perfect, I will never be, and whatever is meant to be will be. So I'm just gonna be there and show up for myself, do the best I can, and honestly also try to have a good time. And I hope that for you as well. I'll see you soon.